Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. And my God, you'd think a guy would touch up his hair before he does the show. As apologies to my Filipino fans, and for those of you that have thought this was a wig all this time, some of you just wishing, I guess. My God, that's rough. As an apology to the Filipino fans that are watching this show, that are always giving me grief about having long hair, and well, I'm in agreement with them. The hair is getting a little long. Guess we need to change the size of this so we can show the ways to donate on the show. I believe that will do it right there. Um, I'm in agreement with them. The hair is getting out of hand. So I scheduled an appointment. Believe it's for this week. Well, I didn't schedule it. I had my people do it. And my people have scheduled an appointment, I believe, for either Friday or Saturday. And so y'all might not see the results of it till Tuesday. But hello, Eunice. I see Eunice got in here early today. And I did not send a link to this show to a shitload of people tonight, mainly just those that donate, because why bother with everybody else? So the ones that are good at donating, I sent you all a link. Everyone else will either figure it out or they won't. And I think Donald Flowers said he's watching tonight. So, Donald, if you're watching, say something so we see you in the chat room. And I think Donald wanted to know what the goal was tonight. We do have several children in the Philippines right now that have chickenpox. Now, I don't think I've had chickenpox since maybe I was 4 years old, something like that. So it's been a while, and hopefully you guys can hear me. According to the test on Streamyard, everything was fine. But if anyone's having trouble hearing me, say so. And if you're not, say so about that too. And we're going to talk about really whatever y'all want to talk about tonight. We did get some great news today. Today, I finally got the EIN for my Bolin Services Incorporated. That's not the logo. That's the wrong damn logo. That's the wrong logo. That's not the Bolin Services Inc. logo. There's Donald. Yeah, that's what I was here. That's what I was being told is that the chat was taking a little bit to load. I've got all new connections here going into the new iMac Mini that my son was kind enough to set me up with because he decided he wanted to go another route with his Apple products. He's got oh shit, like it's like a 17-inch iPad or something. It's basically a portable computer that he just walks around with a built-in screen. The iMac Mini does not have a screen, so it plugs right into my 70-inch television. I actually had to reduce the size of the TV because the iMac allows you to do that. There's an adjuster in there to where you can bring down the size of the screen. We're doing the show for the first time ever on my AirPods tonight. Not using the big studio microphones that you see, they are turned off tonight. So if you're in here and would like to say, hey, let me know how it sounds. It might not be as detailed and FM radio like as the microphones give, but this gives me the freedom that if wherever I'm leaning or whatever I'm doing, you all should hear me fine, and it doesn't cost me to stay focused on the microphone. Plus, we did set this up today to where some future shows are going to be done outside. Going to be done on the phone. I got a special holder to hold the phone, and so we can do it in widescreen and all that. But as the weather breaks this spring and summer, we think about going out to the Poach, or maybe even right down by Cherokee Road and doing some outdoor shows because the AirPods are pretty good at filtering out wind on windy days and background noise and stuff like that. And we might do a very different show this year to where I do the show outside and maybe interact with people that go by. And we've never done it before. I've always wanted to. And plus, I will hopefully weigh a lot less by the time all that stuff gets going. God, the hair looks rough. I watched a video of Casey and the Sunshine Band from last year. He was in Arizona and he performed here in Louisville on my birthday, and somehow I did not know that. And Casey has got a bigger gut than me. I mean, way bigger. But the son bitch can still move. He's 73, 74 now. He's 74 years old and he can still move. I mean, not very graciously and not very fast, but he's doing way better than I am. And he basically spent 20 minutes of the concert apologizing that he doesn't look the way he did when he was 23. And the hair, he's lost a lot of hair. I think he's had some implants or maybe a toupee. I don't know what he's doing. I've seen various different looks of the hair, but when he got the toupee, he didn't bother to go to the 23-year-old look. Somebody's got to say something and tell me how the AirPods sound, because we're not going to be here long if no one's interacting. Y'all hear me bitch about this on every shows, that if you want it to be an interactive show, you got to interact. And we got a word out of Donald Flowers. We're waiting to see if anyone's going to. There's little Ruby May. How you doing, Ruby? Ruby likes an old picture of me holding two bears. I found some old pictures today that I had not seen in 10 or 15 years. And well, this might be the shortest show we've ever done because nobody's saying anything. No. Yes, darling, those are some big bears. And I might as well talk to you because no one's saying anything on the show. Oh, boy. No donations. Doesn't look like it. Well, that's the junk email. So let's get out of junk and see if anybody did. Probably not, though. Focus. Nope. We have no donations. We have a goal tonight of between 120 and 160 because we got so many kids right now that have the chicken pox in the Philippines. The AirPods sound good. Sounds a bit more atmospheric versus direct. Yeah, well, that's kind of what I mean. I don't hear myself on these things, but for the people that I've chatted with on FaceTime and WhatsApp and stuff like that, we'll go through the different settings on the mics. For the first person to make a $20 donation tonight or more will get their choice of a response. We have fireworks, we have balloons, we have hearts, we have laser lights. Some of you have seen these, some of you maybe have not. They don't show up too bad here with the living room as my background. But yeah, we got a lot of kids in need of calamine lotion. And man, even if it's $5 or $10, if we can get enough of you to do that tonight, that will be a big help. We're hoping some of our big heavy hitters might step up tonight. Those that can, we certainly realize it's not great times for everybody, but for those that can, we really appreciate it. And so the first person to acknowledge me of a donation made tonight of $20 or more, tell me what. Oh, hello, Ruby May. How you doing, pretty girl? He came in first runner up in her dance competition, by the way. We raised some money to get her to be able to compete in that competition and travel around and compete with other schools. Got her some snack money. It wasn't an outrageous amount. It was like $18, something like that. But it let her get to do some cool stuff. And she did very well. She came in first runner up. In other words, only one person and all those other schools got judged better than her. And I told her, she said, "I'm sorry I didn't win." I said, "Well, you did win. You came in first runner up. Nothing to be ashamed of whatsoever." So very proud of her. And as you all know, she's 15, born on Dutch Mantel's birthday. She'll be 16 next November the 29th. Eunice will be 19 next November 29th. She's one of the kids that has chicken pox right now. Her friend Gwen has chicken pox. Her sister apparently now has it. And there's a few other kids. Thank you, Paul, for the update. I sent Paul an old picture of him that's probably 10 or 12 years old, of him and the first Australian ever to wear a Bolin Services t-shirt. So we sent that. And of course, Jason, Jason's still on that milk carton. He is, I don't know. I've been hearing for 6 weeks he's coming back next week. He's like a current president's infrastructure plan. We're going to have it in 2 weeks, and we heard that for better part of 7 years, and we never did get that. So, but yeah, I got a hub that lets me plug in 10 of my devices from my camera. It's a powered hub, best one I've ever had to go into this iMac, and it is a powered hub. There's John Paul. How you doing, John? Hadn't seen you in here in a while. Good to see you. And let's see. Oh boy, we got a couple of nice donations here. As a matter of fact, with these two donations, well, maybe there's three. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, we got three nice donations here. Guys, if we match these challenges, we will eclipse tonight's goal to help with rice, birthday cake for Kayliani. I know I'm pronouncing her name wrong, but her little daughter is 4 years old today. And she said we would just love to be able to get her some type of cake and some ice cream. And as she's not looking to throw a big monster party with balloons and posters and all that, she just wants to have cake and ice cream with a couple of neighbor kids. And probably $15 would do that. So, and then I'm going to read these challenges here in a minute. And if these challenges get matched, uh, we're going to do good tonight, and we're going to get some good things done for only 15 people watching. But I did not heavily promote the show tonight. I figure if you want to watch it, you're bound to know that we're on Tuesdays at 9, Thursdays at 9. And the other big news, like I said, we got our EIN number. I think that's what it is. In other words, I am now registered with the government to run my 501c3. Bolin Services Incorporated is the name of our company. We are a nonprofit. We are still waiting for the approval of the nonprofit portion of it. We want to be transparent, but we were given our EIN number, I think is what it's called. We were given that today. And but no need to get excited about that until we officially have the tax exemption approval, which all of the powers that be, unless Trump steps in and does something about it, we should be fine. That was one of the delays in getting everything done to begin with, because the department of the young lady who was helping me was getting threatening emails, shutting down their jobs. So they're all fighting back. None of them are going to take the buyout because he doesn't, you know. We're not going to try to get too political tonight. Not the quantity of the people that matter, but the quality of the people. I would go along with that, John Paul. I would certainly go along with that. But here's what we've got so far, and I'll save the biggest for last. The first donation we're going to acknowledge tonight. He's not the first, but the first one we're going to acknowledge is my good buddy Randy Satterley. Randy and I have become very good friends. He shares my YouTube account with me, YouTube TV, which is a help to me because the excess money that goes after paying the bills goes to help Filipino families. And I really appreciate Randy coming aboard with me, and I'm sure he loves the YouTube TV account. He has issued a $20 challenge to anybody watching the show to match his 20. And trust me, if just these three donations get matched, we will exceed what tonight's goal was. Now, as you all know, we can always use extra. There's always people needing something. But that calamine lotion for these kids is the school teacher had dealt with a chickenpox outbreak there in the Calbiog City area before, and I'd bought some calamine lotion for several kids because I didn't have time to wait to do a show. So we bought about $40 worth of calamine lotion for several kids, and it helped. But the teacher said there's a better brand and it's not that much more, but we didn't know about it. So we're going to try to get these, and it's a 1 month supply, and I think it's $10 a bottle, $12 a bottle, something like that. Not too bad. So that's what we're going to be. Well, there she is. This is the one who has the birthday girl, Malali, and probably pronouncing her name wrong. Never do get it right. Sweet lady. Uh, she doesn't ask for help real often. Um, we got some people who need help more often than others. She's not one of them. And she wrote me about 2 weeks ago. Said my daughter's birthday is coming up. She's going to be 4 years old, and she's just the cutest little thing ever. I sent some of you a picture of the birthday girl today. I don't have the time or effort to be able to post all that stuff in here today. Bob is doing nerd stuff. Bob doesn't have time to bother with kids needing calamine. Don't bother him. He's doing nerd stuff tonight. And Jason, God damn, he might as well be Jason Voorhees. He's been seen more often than Jason Coltrane. So $20 challenge from Randy Satterley. Anybody that could match that, that would be a monster help. The next donation of the night, I don't even know who it's from, so let me see. John Paul. John Paul in here, who's recovering from some issues himself. Let's see. And let me let me see what we got here. I do friends and family for chickenpox help, but it always charges me a fee, which I don't mind paying. Oh, he wants firework. He wants firework. All right. Well, that's fair enough. And Randy Satterley has to come in here and tell me what celebration he wants. So let me go. So he requested fireworks. Let's see what we got. Let's go to reactions. And he requested fireworks. And this is for John Paul for the $25 challenge. Baby, he's a firework. And now you see why I do not sing. And we're going to give him 2 rounds for that in case somebody matches his donation, because that'd be a $50 donation inspired by John Paul. And John Paul, as y'all know, works for a prison system there in, I believe, Maryland, if I remember my geographics correctly. So there we go. So there is the hieroglyphics for John Paul. And yeah, you have to put me at friends and family. John hadn't seen our additions that we've made to the show, courtesy of the iMac Mini. It does some cool things on FaceTime, and it allows me to use FaceTime effects and my AirPods on the StreamYard connection. And so there we go. So we appreciate that $25 challenge by John Paul. But yeah, you have to, when you go into PayPal, you have to list me as friends and family. And so we appreciate that. Randy Satterley had the 20. Randy, pop in here and tell me what reaction you would like. And then Donald Flowers. Donald, you haven't told us what reaction. Donald Flowers with the biggest challenge of the night. And Donald says that this touches his heart. He wants to help these kids out, get that calamine lotion and the medication they need. Donald Flowers has issued a $60 challenge. He said if not one individual will match it, he says maybe your friend CC, and I can't remember last. CC normally donates pretty good, sometimes a couple of times a month. If anybody would match this, he would be the one, but it would probably be tomorrow because we don't catch CC a lot on the live shows. But he said, if nothing else, maybe the room will match what I'm doing above and beyond all the other challenges. He's made a $60 donation out of Donald Flowers. We really appreciate that. Donald, tell me what reactor. I thought fireworks were good. You want fireworks? All right, we can get fireworks. Let's bring it back up. Fireworks are good. I agree. I agree. Let's go with fireworks. Got to hit reactions. I don't get many. I've got, here's my options. I have hearts, thumbs up, thumbs down, balloons, a cloud of rain. Now that's for people that don't donate. And that's the cloud of doom. And we have confetti, and we have laser lights. Laser lights are cool. And we have fireworks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a background. That's one of the backgrounds. I'm going to go to a background because sometimes, but I'm going to choose another background. That's the Bolin Service Incorporated logo. We're very excited to have the EIN number. That is official. We have that. The only ones that are in possession of it are me, the young lady that works for the government that presented it, my son, and myself, because we are the executive board members of the nonprofit organization. Us old guys, well, I enjoy fireworks too. I really do. So I'm going to give you the fireworks again with the background because sometimes they actually look a little better. See, there you go. Look at that. Kind of blurs me. I look at that. See, that looks a lot better, right? With having the living room in the background, the fireworks look pretty cool. Now, confetti looks fine in the living room. The rain, the rain. I found out today there's actually when you're doing it on FaceTime, there's a cloud comes over your head. So for John Satterley, who did the $20 donation, we're gonna give him confetti. Let's see how that. There we go. So that's for John Satterley. There we go. That looks it does with the Bolin Services Incorporated survival program logo. That does look pretty good. So once again, a round of confetti for John Satterley. If John wants something different, he'll have to let me know. Donald Flowers like the fireworks, so one more round of fireworks for both. The $60 donation from Donald Flowers and $20 donation from Satterley and $25 donation from John Paul. And so y'all can see what this one looks like. This is the laser lights. Look at this. Yeah, we'll give that one for Mr. Satterley too. Satterley gets laser lights. He deserves. This is what the balloons look like. That's kind of cool. Look at that. There you go. That's what our balloons look like. See the cloud. Oh, good God. The other day it was just raining, and now a cloud comes with it. I don't know if it took an update or what. And then for this is for Eunice, who's dealing with a chicken pox. This is for our and Milani. We're trying to raise money to help her get her birthday cake, and there's some birthday hearts for Milani and her kid. Milani, type in your kid's name in here so we know who we're raising this money for, and that would be very sweet if you could do that. And that way we'll have the name and everything. So the challenges are out. We'll see if anybody matches those. We got about 25 people in here, which ain't many for someone that's got as many followers as I got, but I don't know what to tell you. We are going to be starting a brand new channel. I've sent some of you the link. The link is on my Facebook page. If you would like to join the new channel, now the new channel is going to be shorter. It's going to be broadcast from a whole nother channel. It won't be done from this one. We're trying to recreate the algorithms, give content that we think the fans might like better. There will be pretty much no politics whatsoever on there. If you want to talk politics, we'll do it on this show. This show is going to be about movies. There's going to be a lot of trivia, and it's going to be about movies, music, television, sports, current events. We can do current events, and sometimes I guess that can be considered political. But take the background off, and now we'll go back to the living room again. But the brand new channel, most of you have a link to it. If you don't see it, it's on my Facebook page, and it's also on my Twitter page. You just might have to look for it a little bit. Link, make sure to subscribe. It was better with that background. Yeah, yeah. The pyro is definitely better with the background, and I got a few backgrounds loaded, but I like to promote them. We're very proud of the Bolin Services Incorporated. Progress that we've made today. All the fees have been paid. The paperwork has been filed. The EIN number was given to us today within seconds of once we filled out the paperwork. We paid the fees like 2 weeks ago, and but you do it online now instead of waiting to get all the shit mailed to you. So the shit happens pretty quick once they get all the information they need. Of course, I had to give them my social security number and all that, and this is filed through the IRS, and so that's why I'm saying we might have the final approval for the nonprofit. I'm assuming a week or two because it's got to go through the IRS, and of course, there's people. As a matter of fact, Jambi is needing a crock pot. I think she said it's 750 pesos. Her old one quit working the other day, and she is in desperate need of a crock pot. Her dog has got something going on with it. It got bit or something. I don't know. But Jambi, you're going to have to call your vet. Send them pictures of what's going on because, honey, I'm not a vet and I don't know what to tell you. All I know, if it was my dog, I'd be calling the vet and trying to make arrangements for them to take a look. I know they can be expensive. They're nowhere near as expensive as they are here. And I loved yeah, it was great to send you the picture of that shirt. It looks brand new 10 years ago, don't it? 12 years ago, however long it was you got that. And so let me check and see if any of our challenges have, because if we match these challenges, it's going to, well, we haven't. Not one of them's been challenged. Well, not one of them's been accepted. So we have the $20 challenge from Jerry Satterley. We have the $25 challenge from John Paul. And Donald Flowers issued a $60 challenge. He said if there's any one individual out there who'd like to match it, that's cool. And if not, maybe the entire room could come together because there's about 25 of you in here watching. But only 3 of you have donated to help kids with chickenpox, to help a young lady get a crock pot so they can eat rice for her and her dogs, to help a little kid get a birthday cake on her 4th birthday. It's about $10 or $12 to get this kid a birthday cake and some ice cream in the Philippines for a 4-year-old. Let's see, a polo shirt with that name would do. It could happen. It could happen. I don't wear a lot of polo shirts. There might be a hoodie. There might be a hoodie come out with that in the near future. Might need to work. Might have to get Bob to work on that in the store. Might need to work on that. So, guys, in all seriousness, for those of you that are watching, and this is not a members only show tonight, but we got members stepping up, doing good things. Even $5 and $10 donations are a huge help. If you've ever known a kid with chickenpox, man, it's miserable. The itching, they can't sleep. It's painful. And even apparently the calamine lotion that I bought for the kids was a help. but they need to get this good stuff that the teacher recommended, and it doesn't cost that much more. So that's what we're working on today. Calamine lotion for the kids, an inexpensive crock pot for Jambi so they can cook rice because it rains over there so much. You can't count on cooking shit with a fire. And if you can't start a fire, you can't cook. So let's see if we can be of some help to Jambi. And let's help out Malali. She has not typed the name of her kid yet, though. So I'm hoping she does that before it's over. And if you have donated and I haven't seen it, make sure to post it in here because sometimes I do not get the notifications. I don't see if anybody sent anything on Venmo yet. I will look. Well, we might have got something on Venmo. What do we have? That might be Jerry's. Let me see. Randy. I'm sorry, Randy Satterley. Yeah, Randy Satterley donated 20 over on the Venmo. See if we got anything on Cash App. I don't think we do. Yeah, we do. Oh, that's where Donald Flowers made his donation. So Donald's donation is over on Cash App, and I bet you John Paul's is on PayPal. So all three formats have received a donation tonight. So we appreciate that. I saw a very old best show of you wearing a red polo shirt. Oh God, I remember having a red polo shirt. I don't remember if it had any logos on it or anything, but I do remember having one, but it's been a while back. But tonight is the red and black king hoodie. I know I don't have the king part showing. Oh, more good news. I'm in the early stages. No, not of anything horrible. I'm in the early stages of the weight loss development to get things going in the right direction before I actually have the surgery, which will probably be either late February or early March. We're hoping late February, and there's some reasons for that. It is going to be easier for me to get help with my dogs. I'm going to need someone here to stay at my house for a couple of days. And so we're hoping to get it done before February 27th. That's the goal, to have the actual weight loss surgery. But I haven't even started the protein shakes yet. I'm going to start those and probably, I forgot, for those of you that are accustomed to seeing the clock here, the clock has been moved. The clock is now on my television on top of the little miniature blue crowns, and it's way up high. And that's where the big green clock is now. I figure everybody knows what goddamn time it is, and I can look up there and see the time, or I can look over to the left and see my Google Nest. But what I have brought into camera view for the first time in a long time is the original crown that I started in OVW wrestling with, that I got in like 1999, maybe even 98. I'm trying to remember. That crown has been around a while. And that's the original crown. And this is the crown that the king got me, passed me down one of his, I think maybe about 7 years ago. I got it when I lived at this address because it came delivered to me here. The black crown that I sold when I was needing to raise money for medications, I sold that in my briefcase for a combined $1,600 to a man who still watches this show. He works for the government in Washington D.C., and he bought the black crown and my briefcase for $1,600 back when I needed to have surgery the first time. So we and bailed me out of a tight spot. So come in handy. I had two briefcases and I had two crowns, so I didn't see any need of hanging on to both of them. So that's the original crown, and I think you can tell that this one is a dramatic improvement. And well, thank you, Mono. We appreciate that. And so, like I said, these are the challenges we're trying to match: a $60 donation from Donald Flowers. He says if there was any one individual that can match that, that would be great. If not, maybe the whole room could pile up and match that donation. $20 from Randy Satterley, and $25 challenge from good old John Paul, who we have not seen in a while, but he picked a good night to come back because we are really trying to help these kids out. We're trying to get this birthday cake done for the kid having a birthday today. We did help Joey Jean's family. Her father was having his 65th birthday. That don't make me feel old, does it? She's 29. Her father is 65. I'll be 65 March the 16th. And she wanted to have a bit of a birthday party for her father, and have a few relatives over. She had money to add to it, but not enough to take care of everybody that wanted to come and be a part of her father's birthday. So we got them taken care of on that before the show even started. And so that's what we're working on today. And who knows, maybe Mono Grinded can do a little something for us. You never know. You never know. Let me check and see. No. No other donations have come in. So none of the challenges have been matched or even acknowledged. And if you don't have enough to match it, I mean, you can do those $5 and $10 donations. That will help. And yeah, this show we asked for money, but we asked for it for a good reason, and to help the people that you see in here watching the show tonight. The Eunice is in here with chickenpox. Her friend Gwen is too sick to even get on her phone. Her eye has been hurt, but due to the chickenpox. Eunice said she was crying yesterday because Gwen got it worse than she got it, and now her sister's got a flare up of it as well, and a couple of other kids that we've heard about there recently. So, other than that, I might finally be upgrading my webcam. They have a pay in four thing to where you can pay over 6 weeks. As y'all know, I finally got my job back recently, and there's a real nice webcam. I paid 177 for this Logitech Brio. It was a 2017 model, and I got it in 2021. I'm figuring that webcams are great, and this is one of the ones that kind of tracks your movement. Like I move a lot here, but it's supposed to be the creme de la creme of webcams right now. And I think it's called the C360, I think is what it's called. And they got a pay in four on it. So I don't know whether to keep both cameras and have two 4K cameras, or maybe sell this one because it listed for 177. I still see this thing selling for $129. So who knows? I might sell this one. Maybe just keep both of them because you can run both of them through the iMac. And I haven't 100% made my mind up on it, but I have found some deals on that new camera, which normally sells for 269. I've seen it for as low as 149. So you put that on a pay in four over 6 weeks. That's not that much at all. So people are trying to talk me into getting a new iPhone because I've got the iPhone 10. There is one of my Filipino friends that will be inheriting my iPhone 10 once I do upgrade. I'm going to sell my Google 8 Pro. It's the Pixel 8 Pro, and I'm going to be selling this because I want all my shit to be Apple. Everything on here is going to be Apple, and I'm going to donate my phone to a special Filipino friend of mine that deserves it. I've known this person longer than I've known probably just about everybody else, and it'll come in handy to help her with college and school coming up, especially college. And iPhone 10s are pretty rare over there. Most anybody that's got an iPhone in the Philippines might have an iPhone 5. I don't know anybody that's got a 6 or a 7. So for her to have an iPhone 10 to do her college with would be great. There's Ruby May's mother right there. Ruby May checked in with me just a little bit ago. So proud of her with her dance competition. I know that she wants to come back and see her mom in a week or two. Normally runs us about 750 pesos, so she can come home every 2 weeks and visit her mother. She lives with her grandma ways away, but we will focus on that on a future show to try to raise Ruby some money to come home and visit her family. Plus, we've been helping Ruby also with her heart medication. And I think she's okay on it for now, but I'm sure she will be needing some in the near future. So spread the word to your friends, especially good-hearted people that don't mind helping with $5 or $10 to help people live a little bit better life and to get the things they need. Help with their electric bills, their water bills, rental assistance in some cases. We do what we can when we can is what we try to do. I'm a little surprised we've only had three people donate though. Thank God it was three decent people. Is all I can tell you. I know Robert Palmer's normally good to do a little something after the show. Randy wanted lights. They're good. I'll give them to him again here in a minute. Ruby sent me some current pictures of her. She's just the cutest little thing. Little Ruby May. She loves the camera. Daddy, I have a pic. I can't wait to send you. I don't have a load. I need 5 pesos to connect to Wi-Fi. Yeah. I see her roof above her head. She's got her hair pulled back. She looks like she's getting ready to go to school. I can't upload any of these yet, but we'll do some. I'm talking about you on the show now, sweetie. You look cute as ever. Period. You know, American Daddy loves you. And yeah, American Daddy. Um, Herb Simmons, I believe, is watching the show right now. How you doing, Herb? I just got the Gcash information. Okay, this is her daughter. And I guess that's her name. I don't know if you're going to be able to read it or not, but that is her daughter having a birthday today. And I know it's going to be hard to read If I had Bob here, we could just upload that and get right to it. There we go. Yeah. Well, that's as good as I can do, you guys. On now, supposedly, if I get this new camera, it focuses like immediately on documents, pictures, whatever. But yeah, she's gonna have her birthday cake today, sweetie. We will make sure to get you a few pesos to help you with that. And so, are people liking the AirPods? Now, what would be good is if I had people on here to talk with me on the show, because right now we're only using the microphone portion of it, because well, we can't hear anything. I wish I could play music through them. I can, but I might get in trouble. Give me a sec. I'm going to try something, guys. I'm going to try something. Do. Hang on. Then I want y'all to tell me how clear you hear it. All right, I got to find my artist. See if I can pick a song. Well, this is the theme. Hell, we can get by with this. All right. Okay, I'm playing the theme, and I want you to tell me how good you hear it. Is it coming through the AirPods? Because I've been told that it does. I'm going to let it play just a minute. We'll give this just a minute, and then you all tell me in the comments whether you hear it or not. And if you don't, say no, and if you do, say yes. Yeah, because we play this one all the time. But somebody's got to tell me whether they hear it or not. All right, so let's click that out of here. Oh, really? Well, goddamn. Oh, you know what it is? Only other people that have AirPods on when I'm doing this can hear it. And you have to be doing FaceTime, not StreamYard. All right. So I'm sitting here dancing to nothing. All right. Well, that was a waste of goddamn time, wasn't it? But I am looking at getting an inexpensive mixer to replace the one I got to where I can mix audio better than what we're doing right now because it just is not. This mixer is not clearly mixing audio the way we want it. So, yeah, the only way I have to be chatting with somebody on FaceTime who also has AirPods, and then we can share music with each other. And if they play a song on Apple iTunes that they want me to hear, I can hear it just as clear as they do, like it's playing right here, and I can do the same for them. I was hoping it would work on the show, but apparently not. So, so I'm going to stay for an hour tonight because even with the only three donations we got, it's still more than $60. But guys, that is it. We only have three donations. Yeah. Not one person has accepted any of the challenges, even though we had 25 people watching. Oh well. I can't make you care. We got yeah, you got me dancing it sounded good on my end. It sounded good on my end. I am going to have Bob eventually, whenever he has the time. Let me go to media here because I've got the wrong logo up right now, actually. I don't want to be in chats. I want to be in media. Okay, give me a minute. Because that's the wrong logo. That's just the Bolin Services logo. I wanted this one. This is the one I want. Bolin Services Incorporated. That's the one I want. Is that the right one? No, that's not. I thought I had Bolin Services Inc. put up in here. I do not. Okay, I just have Bolin Services. All right. I don't have Bolin Services Inc. uploaded. Well, now we know why it doesn't say Bolin Services Inc., don't we? Do I have a bigger version of it in here? Well, it was in the background. Y'all saw the background. Let's acknowledge all the Filipino kids that we try to help. There's Eunice right now. Eunice, our sweet little baby. That picture's about a year old, wearing her Bolin shirt, and she's got chicken pox right now. And Me at 17, that is Jim Cornette's bed and me holding 900 and I think it was $972 that I won from basically Tommy Gilbert. I had a wrestling match with Eddie Gilbert, and Lawler bet Tommy Gilbert $1,000 that I could beat Eddie in a match after a Rupp Arena show. And that's the winnings. And Cornette staged the picture, put all the cash in every pocket I had, and with the you can see it in an elbow pad I've got there. But that was $972 in 1979, my senior year in high school. I had a shitload of money back then. And but Gilbert was a little short on cash, but we got what he had. Everybody remembers these two. That's Kenny Bolin Jr. and the way that everybody wants a girl to look at him right there. There's Sonny and Sonny and Choco. We haven't shown that picture in a long time. This is Eunice here wearing her jacket that's like my red one. This is sweet little Ruby May, who we've had on the show here tonight with her and her mother. And that's Ruby May at the age of 13. Ruby May at the age of 14. You start feeding these girls and they start growing up. And Ruby May at the age of 15, who all of a sudden thinks she's Ruby Cargill, what I'm thinking. That is, hang on here. That is Cheska. Now, I haven't heard from Cheska in a long time. She moved to Manila and was getting some work there, and she's working a lot of hours for very little fucking pay. And I hope I hear from her soon. I haven't heard from her in a long time. But that's our sweet friend Cheska. At least she's got her Bolin shirt. This is Chenny, also born November the 29th. Chenny's a sweet girl. Chenny, Ruby, and Eunice all have the same birthday, November the 29th, along with Jerry Lawler, Dutch Mantel, and JBL. So they all have the same birthday, and that's our sweet Chenny. I heard from her for the first time in a long time the other day. She was needing help with her electric bill, which was about 1,200 pesos, so about $25. So, but so far we only have 3 donations. We've got that is hang on here. That is Ashley. Haven't heard from Ashley in a little bit, but Eunice hears from her every now and then. And that's our sweet Ashley. She's a sweet girl that lives very near. This is Mylene and her kid. The only Bolin kid to possess that shirt that I know of, but that's Mylene and her kid. I heard from Mylene not long ago. That's our sweet little art gel. My little baby. She's 10 years old. I just adore her. And I think that's an update. Oh, by the way, I still have this John Cena picture for sale because no one's offered what Mr. Cena Sr. said he wanted. Oh, and I also have an announcement. I tell you what, if we can pick up another $40 in donations before 10 o'clock, another 40, I have a huge announcement about who's going to be on this show February the 17th. We have it booked. We have it confirmed. We also have talks from Matt Morgan wanting to set a date to come on the show. Mr. Kennedy, I think, is going to be coming on in the near future. He told me he's dying to come on the show because he knows that we're going to have some fun. And, but I do have a confirmed guest for February the 17th, a guest that you guys really like and pretty entertaining guest. And if we can raise another measly $40, we will announce who that guest is. If not, we'll save it for Thursday, maybe. So I think that's about everything. That's what a king should have looked like 100 years ago. I told the AI machine to make me look like Jerry the King Lawler, and that's what it came up with. And I wasn't overly enthused with that version of the king, but I did think I looked like a good-looking WWE champ. That's not a bad-looking champion right there. And I also don't look bad on a donkey, gotta admit. Yeah, I look pretty good on a donkey. So there we go. So we'll kick out of that and get back up to chats here. Let's see. Oh, there's I just showed Art Jail's picture just a second ago. I still like McDonald's pics from last year when you got them McDonald's for everyone. Well, we have gotten some of the kids McDonald's. We also got them Jollibee. Ruby May's family celebrated my birthday, having birthday cake at Jollibee, so they really enjoyed that. And let's see here. We have Zach Bonifer with a $15.34 donation, so that's a step in the right direction. trying to raise us another $40 here, and I will announce who the guest is going to be on February the 17th. So I said 40. We need 25 more. So if we get 25 more before 10 o'clock, because I'm going to give you all the hour, thanks to Donald, thanks to John Paul, and thanks to Randy, and now thanks to Zach Bonifer. And that was very kind of you, Zach. We appreciate it. So we're $25 away, and there's our sweet little. That's Art Gel's mother. That's Angela, and so let Art Gel know that we showed her pictures. And yeah, we've God. I don't think I have any pictures in here of any of the kids at their restaurants. I don't think. Let me look. Oh, by the way, we sold a few of these today. I finally got my new round of books in. Well, that's a picture of the book, or I could just show you the book. I got a new round of books in today, and for those of you that have been wanting to get my autographed book, they are $29 plus shipping. For any of you, I probably screwed you too. Still doing pretty good around the world. I get a decent little commission check every year. Here's another cover. I only ordered two covers. There's a third one here too. That's the basic black cover that I came out with it in. That's the original. And I only have three Anthony Scaramucci books left. We sold a couple of them today, and sold one to a kid in Hong Kong. He's from America, but he lives in Hong Kong, and he told his mother to come and get this book that he wants it. He heard that I had three left, and well, three now. So I got three Anthony Scaramucci books left. John Paul's been threatening to get one to put in the library. I think it's a good idea. So that's the John. And if you want both the books, the Anthony Scaramucci book is $59 plus shipping. My autographed, of course. Mine is $29 plus shipping. I should raise my price to the Scaramucci prices, shouldn't I? But if you want both books, we're doing let's see, it's 60. We're doing both books for $79 shipped. $79 free shipping for both books, because that way you don't have to pay for shipping twice. So if you want both books, $79 shipped, you get both. Both are autographed. But there's only three of those Scaramucci books left. The other ones are spoken for. Michigan Mike has got one. He told me to hold off shipping his until he's got the time to read it. He wants his by the end of April. And my person that filled out the tax information and everything to get the tax exemption status on Bolin Services Incorporated for our nonprofit, I gave her one for all the hard work, and then she bought another one for her son. I thought the least I could do was toss a book her way, because she did put a lot of time and effort over a couple of weeks to get this done, regardless what a lot of trolls have wanted to tell you. So, fuck them. Let's see. And being as Art Gel's mother's in here, we got to show Art Gel up there again. So there's a little Art Gel. Just the prettiest eyes and the prettiest little smile of any little kid ever. Wearing my shirt. And she's one of few that has the one with a picture of me at the bottom of it. I can't remember if Ruby Mays has that or not. Well, I had Ruby in here a second ago. Where'd Ruby go? There's Rich. Cheney's does not have that. And she was sick that day, guys. She says I'm looking very rough, but I wanted you to see the picture. She had the flu that day, and still took the time to send us pictures. Ruby May with her Jade Cargill look. And no, she does not have the picture, but that's Ruby May a year after we got her the table and chairs so she could wash dishes, not sitting on a rock. And that's why we did that for little Ruby May. So, and there's the table and chairs we got her, because the first time we ever saw her, she was sitting on a rock washing dishes outside, sitting on a fucking rock. So we didn't want that anymore. So we got her a table and chairs. And then we got her more chairs so the family can have dinner at that table and chairs. And that's what we did for Ruby May and her family. So we try to do good things here as guys. And then, of course, there's Eunice again. We don't want to be unfair to anybody. So there we go. Little Eunice. And let's see. Both are great books. Yeah, I think Donald's got both of them, I think. So are you guys okay with the AirPods? Because I'm strongly considering doing all the future shows. That's a shame I got these fucking microphones. I'll come up with something to do with them. But we're probably going to be doing a lot of the shows on AirPods. We've been on 51 minutes, and let me see how much battery life I've used. I have used 15%. So that's not so bad. 15%. They say they normally last 3 or 4 hours, and I'm not going to be doing any 3 or 4 hour podcasts. The new show will pretty much be 30 minutes or less. We might do one this week just to see what it does. And I think the AirPods are good. Can hear you very well. That's the bottom line there. Oh, and there's our sweet Eunice. And Eunice sent me a beautiful song that she played the other day on her guitar. And it was a very beautiful song. And now I'm going to get Bob to upload that in the near future. And we'll play that on there. And but Eunice, we are going to get you guys some of the good calamine lotion. Probably that money will be going out tonight. Remind me again how much it is per bottle. We're going to see if we can get at least a couple of 3 bottles of that to help you guys out with that, and also to get that lock for your door. I know that they've been having some crime in your area, and you guys were. Bob is having nerd night. Bob's doing nerd night on Tuesday night sometimes, and Jason's the one that's on strike. We haven't seen Jason in forever. I heard from him today. I thought he might pop in because he knows I needed help tonight. And I've been hearing, well, I'm working on my taxes. Well, how goddamn long does it take to work on your taxes, for crying out loud? I got a fucking 501c3 process today. I have a tax, an EIN, waiting for approval for the tax exemption number. We have the EIN. We're now a corporation, Bolin Service Incorporated. That is now official. I got the letter in the mail a couple of days ago, and then we got the paperwork processed online today to make everything official. So, oh boy, I mean, oh, and I'm down. Oh, I was telling you about where we're at. Um, oh, I'm starting to cramp up, so I can't do the show much longer. I'm starting to cramp up because I've been taking diuretics to help me shed a lot of fluid weight before surgery. And sometimes if I move a certain way, I will cramp up like a bitch. And I just did that. And but I'm going to hang in there the 7 more minutes. Y'all just going to hear me moan and groan a little bit. But I am down 34 pounds from where I was. God, about 10 days ago. But about 20 some out of that was simply the diuretics doing its job. And then the others have been making some adjustments in the diet. A lot of protein, nowhere near as many carbs. You still got to get a few to make the brain function. So if my brain quits functioning, you'll know I really cut way too back on the carbs. You will know that. Gonna live forever and me. That was my title of my song. Oh, okay, all right. Well, we'll play that. If not on Thursday's show, we will try to play that on a future show next week because we have to have time to get it uploaded and everything, and then I'll hear it through my AirPods. But I didn't have anybody to talk to tonight, so and I'm going to announce the guest if we make 25. Well, we haven't made it. Need $25 more in the next 6 minutes for me to announce the February 17th guest, big time star in pro wrestling. I don't remember if he worked in the WWE. He definitely worked in WCW. I think he worked in TNA. He might have worked in WWE, but I can't remember. So I'm taking a look here. But yeah, we will announce that. But we got nothing from small donors tonight. Nobody with the little donations in here. 26 of you were watching, and 4 of you donated. 22 of you said, that's all right, I don't want to help. The Dr. Pepper intake reduced the help too. No, I haven't had any Dr. Peppers in a while. You had mentioned some changes in the protein. You were eating less. Yeah, I had to cut out the pepperoni. I cut out the well, I haven't cut out egg salad. It just, who the fuck can afford eggs? Here's my rebellion. Hi, Mylene. I showed your picture. Did you see your picture a little bit ago? I showed you and your son's picture just a little bit. Here's my answer to this egg problem. Quit fucking eating eggs. I've got a dozen that I've had in my refrigerator for a while, and I rewarded myself tonight with 2 veggie burgers because there's a lot of protein in there. 2 veggie burgers and or the Impossible Burgers, I think they're called, that I got from Costco. Because I got to clear some of this shit out of my fridge. Yeah, there's probably some better things I can do later, but I got to get my fridge weighted down because in uh 4 days, 3 days actually now. In 3 days, I start the protein shake diet for 2 straight weeks to where really all I'm getting is protein shakes and some occasional V8 juice, and that'll be it. But I am down 34 pounds over about 10 or 11 days. And like I said, 20 something of that is certainly due to the diuretics, and it makes you cramp up a little bit. So, boy, it always something. Hang on here. Something might have came through. Well, there we go. Donald Flowers wanted to know. So it's still only four of you donated, but Donald Flowers was kind enough to donate that other 25. So he was good for $85 tonight. And then 20 from Jerry, I'm sorry, Randy Satterley. I had a friend in school named Jerry Satterley. So occasionally I call Randy Satterley Jerry Satterley because Jerry's an old friend of mine that goes back to like the second grade. I've known Jerry for a long time. So whenever I see Randy's name, I always think of Jerry Satterley. And then we got 25 from John Paul and then 15 from Zach. So all the money we made tonight. Have you heard from Disco Inferno lately? Well, Paul RJ, I have heard from Disco Inferno lately. I've heard from Randy Orton recently. But Randy Orton, to my knowledge, will not be the guest on the February 17th show. That guest will be, as confirmed by Disco Inferno yesterday, will be Disco Inferno. And Paul RJ made not Paul RJ, but Donald Flowers made the donation to make that happen. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Um, even though it was only four of you, it was still a successful night. It was just unfortunate that not one person accepted any of your challenges. You did it all yourself. So we'll see if Robert Palmer's watching. Maybe he can do a little bit for us. And I don't know when Good Chris is due to help us again, but I know when he can, he will. We never worry about Good Chris. The team maker says he's going to be doing something for us in the near future. He's waiting on some certain paperwork to go through to cash a check he's been waiting on, and he said once he got that, he's going to do a little something for us. So it'll be some much needed help. There's no doubt about that. So there's some stuff coming in the future. We just don't know when. And so it's 9:58. I will hang on here a few more minutes. As a matter of shit, we got it. We got to give. Let me go back to the backgrounds. We got to appropriate because we didn't give Zach Bonifer anything for his donation. So we got to rectify all this. So I'm going to go with a different background, maybe. Here we go. Let's see. For those of y'all that want to know about my teenage girlfriend, sorry for the enhancement of the color there. That is me at the age of 18. I was 18, maybe even 17. And that's Lisa Mudd, my girlfriend at that time, who knew Becky Adcock, who we've talked about on the show here before. Lisa Mudd was my teenage girlfriend from Jeffersonville, Indiana. Her family was in the funeral home business. And so that is me. I'm thinking 17. And Lisa Mudd is 16. I was about a year older than her. And that is us sitting front row at the Louisville Gardens. Thank you so much. Yes, JMB, I think we're going to be able to help you get your crock pot. Just do some shopping for me. I think you said the price was around 750 pesos for a new one. So we're going to help you get that crock pot. We're going to help Eunice. Chris, what I heard you say something about you were needing some help. Honey, I've been out of town for a few days and I have not had access to my messages. Chris, what help are you needing? And maybe we can get a last donation or two to help you as well. Maybe we can do that. But that's Lisa Mudd. And what else? And that's for those of you that love The Undertaker's Manager, that's me and Paul Bearer backstage at the Louisville Gardens. I was working that show in the main event with Undertaker that night. And Paul Bearer was there, not managing The Undertaker, but was there as an executive and evaluating talent. So there you go. And what's that background I was going to use? I think I'm going to use this one. And now we're going to give the people what they want, or that's the plan anyway. Hang on here. I got to close this out. How do I do that? All right. We got to give the people what they want. So here's the react. So we did not give Zach Bonifer. So Zach Bonifer for the $15 donation, he deserves confetti. So there's the confetti for Zach Bonifer. Thank you very much. Now, for those of you that did not donate tonight, and there's plenty of you, about 20 of you, 20 of you watched this show. You said, screw the kids, screw Jambi, screw Eunice and the calamine lotion, screw the kid that wants a birthday party. I don't have $5. I don't have $10. I'm not going to help them at all. So for you buffoons, there you go. Yeah. You just brought ring, doom, and gloom. You get 2 rounds of it. I should give you 20 rounds for each one of you. So that's what you get. And then John Paul liked the laser light. So he did that donation. So this is for John and Donald, because I think John and Donald both like the laser light. And then, of course, everybody loves the fireworks. There it is. For the $25 donation that came in from Donald Flowers, the $60 challenge from Donald Flowers that not one of you accepted the challenge of. Not even all of you teamed up. And then for all of my Filipinos, all of the people we helped, my little art gel, Eunice, Mylene and her kid, Miss Chris, there we go. Listen, lots of love. Let's have 3 rounds of love for our Filipino families that we're trying to help. And it just shows up a little better with the background there. And and then for the birthday kid, this is for the birthday kid. Birthday balloons. Birthday balloons for Milani's kid. There you go. One more round of balloons. There we go. There we go. Chris, what are you needing help with, sweetie? And we'll certainly see what we can do. It's the kid's birthday. One more round of balloons. I'm wearing the button out here. And then fireworks at the end of the night. And then, of course, every birthday kid deserves confetti. What are we talking about? There we go. All right. There we go. We'll turn that off. Can we turn that off? Did I get rid of that? No, not yet. Okay, I got to find the little button. I'm still learning a lot of stuff on the StarMaker, so bear with me. Sweetie, you have to tell me what it is that you're needing help with. Now, we got a lot of people to help, so there's only so much money to go to each family that we're trying to help. It'd be nice if we got a couple more quick donations here at the buzzer. But only 4 people donated all night. 20 of you didn't do shit. Like I said, maybe a little something will come in the morning from some of our other people that watch the show. Edge Copeland, we haven't heard from in a little bit. We haven't heard from Edge, and I know he was wanting to get an Undertaker picture. And on Thursday's show, we're going to start. We got some good photographs of all the pictures I'm going to have up for auction, and I'll name some of them now. Well, shit, maybe as we go into overtime a little bit, thanks to Donald Flowers, we're going a little bit overtime. I see if I can find those pictures, and I will tell you who we got. Oh, I got a plaque I got to show you here in a minute. Y'all remember me talking about? I got a show I want to do called Going Dutch with StarMaker Bolin. We've got a logo and everything. I think Dutch is about half sold on it. I think he's strongly considering it. Okay, here's the pictures we've got. I've got Kurt Angle. I've got 2 different autograph pictures of Kurt Angle. I've got 3 different autograph pictures of The Undertaker. 2 of those are sold. So I'll take that back. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 autograph pictures of The Undertaker. 2 of those are sold. I've got Johnny Morrison. I've got a couple of autograph pictures of him. I've got Chris Jericho in the lion salt. Is that what that's called? That's what it looks like. I've got Dolph Ziggler autographed. I've got the Hardy Boys. I think I got 2 of those autographed. I've got Rey Mysterio with the mask. I've got Rey Mysterio without his mask that he signed for me when he was here with OVW. Believe it or not, I have Triple H. I forgot I had that one. I have a Triple H autograph. I have a China autograph. Now, obviously, if they're dead, those go for a lot more because you can't get those anymore. So I have a China autograph. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 autograph pictures of John Cena and 4 different ones. So we got 4 of John Cena. I've got Shawn Michaels. There's the other Kurt Angle. I've got The Rock. I've got Bret the Hitman Hart. I've got Stone Cold Steve Austin. I have a Rikishi one that's nice, but it's not autographed. But Rikishi was apparently given Vince Russo, Ben Hameen, Sweet Stevie Cool shit for bitching that Jey Uso cried when he won the Rumble, or at least in the celebration on Raw the next night. I didn't see a problem with it because it made me cry too. Oh, here's one. I got Gene Snitsky. Got a Gene Snitsky, and I also have a Simon Dean, but I think that's made out to me. But I do have a Gene Snitsky. Oh, and then here's the big one. And I've got four of these left. At one point, I had a lot more than that. I have four of these left. The autographed picture of all the Midnight Express. On the left side is Stan Lane, and the middle is Dennis Condrey. On the right is Bobby Eaton, and then the middle is Jim Cornette wearing a red jacket. I think I've got four of those left. And needless to say, without Bobby here anymore, that's a pretty valuable picture. I gave one to a dear friend of mine who's been a huge help to me over the past few years. And he saw it and he's, man, I'd like to have that. But with car expenses and everything, I just reached and I just handed it to him. I said, if anybody deserves this picture, it's you. You've done a lot for me. You're always there when I need you. I'm not even going to tell you who it is. But he's been very helpful to me. And I had, well, at that time, I had five of them. And I said, if anybody deserves one of these, it's you. But they were kind enough to sign this for me way back when, fuck, a long time ago. I've got an autographed picture of me and Jimmy at Golden Corral that we both signed. And I think that's all I've got up for auction right now. So you all tell me what caught your ear. I'll name them again. We've got Kurt Angle, Undertaker, Johnny Morrison, Chris Jericho, Dolph Ziggler, Cody Rhodes. Forgot about Cody. One of those has to go to Bob, though. I've only got two left. The Hardy Boys, Rey Mysterio with his mask, Rey Mysterio without his mask, Triple H, China, four different pictures of John Cena, Shawn Michaels, Kurt Angle, The Rock, Bret the Hitman Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin, a beautiful unsigned picture of Rikishi that I sent Russo a picture of, and Gene Snitsky, and then me and Jim Cornette at the Golden Corral. I've got a few of those. We signed a few of those because we meant to give them to sponsors, and for whatever reason, I didn't get them out to the sponsors, or not all of them anyway. And then the autographed picture of all the Midnight Express, Stan Lane, Dennis Condrey, Bobby Eaton, Jim Cornette, all the original members there together. So there we go. Well, y'all was very quiet during that shit, wasn't you? So those will be up for auction. No other donations came in. We did not think they would. And so, guys, I gave you 1 hour and 9 minutes. The star of the night was our old buddy Donald Flowers. We hadn't seen him in a while, but he stepped up big time tonight. We were trollless tonight, it seems. No trolls. How about that shit? They don't donate anyway, so it doesn't matter. Bret Hart, Midnight Express interests me, of course. I grew up. Well, the one I think you will like the best, because the Bret Hart autograph picture I've got one of them, but it's an old picture, and it's been around a while. But the Midnight Express pictures look great, and I've shown them on the show before. We will show them again when Bob is here Monday. Obviously, anytime the wrestlers have passed away, we have to get more. Oh, and I've got one Chris Benoit. I've got two left. I'm obviously keeping one for myself. So I've got two Chris Benoits, and I've got one Eddie Guerrero. And it would take a lot to get me to part with that one. So I've got an Eddie Guerrero, two Chris Benoits. He signed a bunch for me back when he was here. And I think Eddie signed a few as well, but we already sold all those, but apparently one. If I got any more, I've got them in a folder somewhere and I haven't found them. But I got a lot of Ottomans around here, but we'll take a look. So those are a couple more. Obviously, Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero are very valuable. That's right. You got one of my Benoits. That's right. You sure did. And I remember seeing that. So down the road, whenever you're interested in either Bret Hart or the Midnight Express, let me know. But the Midnight Express, I think you're really, because that's 5 autographs on one picture. That ain't one autograph. That's Dennis Condrey, Bobby Eaton, Stan Lane, and good old Jimmy. And we'll have an auction for that. But any of the dead wrestlers, we will not take anything under anything under 100, and then it'll be a bidding war after that. Um, Hell, I had a guy the other day paid $100 for the Undertaker. He's coming up here to pick it up in 2 weeks. So let's see here. What do we got here? Oh my, oh my! At the buzzer. I wish he was in here to say. We're gonna have. He might. This saves the night, man. This saves the night. We have had Donald Flowers' $60 challenge matched by Good Chris. Good Chris has matched the $60 challenge. Thank you, Good Chris, at the buzzer. If you're in here tonight, say hi to and tell me what celebration you want for your. He doesn't even tell me where he wants it to go. All right. Well, trust me, there's plenty of places to send it, as you've seen from the people in here tonight. Thank you, Good Chris. Very successful night. Very successful night. For only 5 people to donate out of the 25 or so that we're watching, which is a shame. We have 5,000 subscribers, 12,000 followers on Twitter, 12,000 followers on Facebook. And I don't think they've all turned up. Well, look who's in here tonight. Look who's in here. And that's the real account, too. I'm pretty sure that's the real account. There he is. There's Good Chris. Good Chris with the $60 challenge match that Donald Flowers did a total of 85. So let's not forget that. But Good Chris matched the $60 challenge. What celebration would you like, Good Chris? And you know what? My old buddy Dutch, he's been fighting an uphill battle lately, but we've had a couple of conversations recently, and I want you all to know. I never dreamed. All right, we'll keep you incognito. I never dreamed that Dutch Mantel one day would become one of my best friends. I also never dreamed Dutch would be the one to make me cry on my podcast when I'd gotten by all night without doing it. Um, but I think the world of him. We had a couple of lengthy conversations the other day, and Dutch and I are nothing alike. He'll be the first to tell you that. We talked when we were having dinner the other night, and I introduced him to my brother. And my brother Tim said that was so nice that I got to speak to Dutch because that was my dad's favorite wrestler. And he loved Dutch. And he would talk about Dutch whipping somebody's ass with that bull whip. And I told Dutch, he said, well, I would have. So, so, but yeah, he's incognito tonight, so we can't reveal too much. But my son says, I think you and Dutch are so good for each other. And so you would think it'd be you and Jerry Lawler that talk all the time, or maybe even Bill Dundee. Bill and I have gotten a decent relationship over the past few years, and Bill has gone through some stuff, and I think Bill is in his 80s now. I think, and Dutch kicked ass. How you doing, Nate? Good old Nate still in here tonight, and but no, he's incognito, so don't anybody call him out as kayfabe. Um, so I'm not going to talk much about what all's going on with Dutch, but you know, whether he wants me to talk about it or not, man's had an uphill battle lately. Some of it you all know about, and but the past 2 or 3 conversations we've had, Dutch is sounding so fucking good, so fucking sharp, and I think Dutch is going to be fine. If our conversations or anything, it tells me Dutch is going to be just fine, and sharp as the fucking tack. Um, and I just think the world of him. And it just means that you don't have to be just alike to get along. And I'm hoping to have Dutch on the show real soon. I did promote our new podcast, Going Dutch, with StarMaker Bolin, which means I guess we have to pay for each other. Is how that works. And I really hope Dutch and I do a show real soon, either on his show, mine, or both. Um, and the tears ain't fake because I truly think the world of him. And I think he likes me a little bit too because he actually calls me every now and then. And I don't know why he picked me to be his friend. But I'm glad he did. I'm glad he did. And mm, of all the people that I thought that I'd be friends with, me and Jimmy don't speak anymore. I speak a little bit with members of the Midnight Express. Bobby Eaton was a dear friend. Um, but Dutch really kind of guided me on how seriously to take the wrestling business and what to expect out of it when I worked with him at IWA for a brief period of time. Dutch says Dutch does a hell of a job on YouTube. There's no doubt about that. He's my son's favorite show as well. He's my son's favorite show as well. Well, I was going to be a smart ass, but you're right. I don't know that you're capable of tearing up, Dutch, but if I did that, then then good. And Dr. Irwin still has his membership. We haven't seen Dr. Irwin in a while, but no, I don't take offense to that, Mr. Irwin, because he does do a hell of a podcast and he does it the right way, unlike how I've done this one. And but my son says that Dutch is his favorite podcast as well. So you're in good company. Nate worked with me at OVW back in the day. I'm sure Nate has worked with Dutch 1,000 times, maybe twice, somewhere between two and 1,000. And well, thank you for not being a smartass, and I'm glad I teared you up a little, teared you up a little bit. And thank you for the surprise because I was about to wrap the show up. We did fairly well on donations for it to only come from 5 people. I can see if anyone else has done it. Maybe no, Dutch didn't motivate. Dutch, tell these people to donate a little money to help these people. Dr. Irwin Reed, he's been a member for 15 months. We never see Doc in here though. Doc doesn't talk too a lot. Been busy. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate those memberships help. Memberships help. Um, he's doing good, man. He's doing good. He's physically and health wise, he's really doing very good. And I could not be prouder of him. And he went out with me to visit my brother out in Carroll County, and that's when we talked with Dutch. And I didn't know that my brother's stepdad favorite wrestler was Dutch Mantel, and he was telling me stories, hell, the past few days, and of how much it don't. Well, if that don't motivate, if that don't get Nate Steele and Dr. Irwin to donate a couple, then I don't know what will. Um, I mean, I had a message from John Cena telling you, I'm going to post the John Cena picture here real quick because Cena told him to do the same thing in a roundabout way with a guest appearance out of Jim Core. There it is. Donate to the StarMaker or I'm going to kick your pansy ass. That's me and my old friend over there and John Cena. So you've been told by and I'm going to kick the background out of here. We're going to go back to the living room for a minute. Oh, first of all, shit, if anybody deserves fucking reaction, let's give Dutch Mantel. Here we go. Fireworks for Dutch Mantel for coming in here and popping in tonight. And trust me, that is really Dutch. There's been enough things said and done. And if there's anybody thinking about donating, another round of fireworks, we appreciate it. Laser light for those of you that like that. We got the birthday kid in here. We got to give the birthday kid some confetti. The birthday kid wanted some balloons, so we got balloons. By the way, first ever show ever on my AirPods tonight. And for those of you that didn't donate, I'm sure Dutch would agree. Big cloud of rain for you guys. So now we will kick out of the background. I think there we go. Go back to the living room. There we go. We just transported right back in here. But there's the message right there that is telling to donate. Donate, you bastages. Would you prefer a super chat or PayPal? Well, there's my whole. I started to reach for a microphone like I needed it. PayPal is better because the super chat money we do not get till the 21st. And what date is it? And it's about the cutoff line, so we might not even get that money until the next 21st. So PayPal would be better. So people are now donating in the honor of Dutch Mantel, who has said, "Damn it, donate some money, you tight ass bastages." Nate, he was talking directly to you. I know he was talking to you. Kenny's a little higher tech than he was. And there's some other improvements coming. We're going to get a better webcam now that I'm back to work after being off since October with sepsis. Something Dutch and I have in common. Dutch had the sepsis. Dutch and I are two of the few people that get to live to talk about having sepsis, from what I've heard. Uh, oh, good. You weasel! Don't be turning into Bobby Heenan in here. I might need you. I might need you. Insurance is supposed to be taking care of a faulty television here soon, and for the price they're going to give me, I could probably get a 98-inch TLC and still have some money left over. So, because I think you have to spend the money to replace the television anyway. And all right, let me get this money thing rolling. Tell Dutch that someone he's never known, nor should know. Says, well, you're right here. Tell him hi. Wait a minute, your stepson had sepsis? Because mainly us older people are the ones I hear getting that. But there was a shitload of people that came in here after I got it and after Dutch got it. That is Cam Moron. We call him the illegitimate bastard stepson of Jim Cornette. We think that Cameron happened on an affair gone wrong in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and we told that story back when Jimmy and I were friends. I think in either 2013 or 2014, and we convinced people that Cameron was Jimmy's illegitimate son, a little bastard, little bastage. Dutch, you can call him a bastard because it would be appropriate. And so that's who Cameron is. Almost died. Holy shit. Yeah, that's scary shit, man. Dutch was 12 hours away from death, according to his doctors. I was told, they said, Kenny, I don't know if you were 12 hours away from certain death, but at least probable death if he hadn't got your ass in here. And my son is the one that beat my door down, making me go to the hospital. I think Dutch's daughter had to make him go to the hospital. So we go now. We go, but yes, sepsis to fuck with you, even if you're young. And it was enough. I mean, I wasn't the same person for quite some time, as people have told me, as my boss told me. Couldn't remember shit, incoherent, easily triggered. Um, I would take compliments and turn them into insults and just blister fucking people. And as a matter of fact, I did that on the day that the sepsis. It can be no. There's no joke about that, guys. No joke. No joke about it. If you ever get the chills, I don't know what Dutch's symptoms were, but mine were the chills. And normally, if I get the chills, it is cellulitis related, and I call my doctor and I get some antibiotics, and I'm fine in a couple of days, 2 or 3 days. Well, that ain't what this was. And so from now on, if I got the chills, my ass is going 1.8 miles down to the University of Louisville or 4.6 miles over to Baptist Hospital, Baptist East, and I'll be seeing somebody. Once again, for those of you that would like my book, Dutch Mantel ordered 10 of these. I think he's making a profit off from it. I probably screwed you too. The mostly true stories of Kenny StarMaker Bolin. Another one of Dutch's favorites, because Dutch is a big reader, and he's a big fan of Anthony Scaramucci. He'll tell you that right here on the show. To Wall Street, to the White House, and back. Anthony Scaramucci. We got just a few of these left, and $59 autographed Anthony Scaramucci book. Yes, they're really autographed. Hang on. Some of them are done with the blue sticker. This one here actually has the book itself signed. There's Anthony Scaramucci's signature. Mine is personalized. I got to make sure I don't send mine off to anybody. And then there's the other cover of my book. I had 6 covers thinking I'd fool you guys and just sell 6 different books. Okay, Kenny, chills and shakes. You got it right. Plus making no sense, but well, yeah, all right. Well, I can't argue with that. I cannot see now. I know I'm talking to the real Dutch because that's exactly what he would say. Not making any sense most of the time. Like I said, I brought the original crown that I had at OVW back in '98, I think, along with the one from the King of Memphis, the Big Red Machine. Got a Ken Griffey Jr. bobblehead up there that's been in hiding for quite some time. Off camera, I've got a Dan Marino bobblehead, but I'll worry about that on the next show. Cameron said he was going to make a donation, so we're probably going to have to give him some reaction time here. Man, let's see what he did. Cameron, we don't have your donation, I don't think, or do we? No, we have good Chris's donation, and we gave him some fireworks. So Cameron, when you make your donation, let me know, and then we will acknowledge you on the show here and give you a little celebration and all that good stuff. So type in there. I just now sent it. Okay, well, let me see if because sometimes it doesn't go. There we go. Okay, Dutch. All right, Dutch, you were worth your weight in gold tonight. Ham moron, the illegitimate bastage. I said bastage. The illegitimate bastage son of James Elizabeth Cornett has donated $40 in honor of Dutch Mantel. So there we go. We would not have got that if Dutch had not punked some of you little bitches out and said, donate, you selfish little bastages. Or I think he said tightwad, same thing. Selfish, tightwad, however you want to look at it. How many of you same people would like to see the Dutch man and the premiere broadcast of Going Dutch with StarMaker Bolin right here on this network and his? We should probably do a home and home each week, one night a week, because he's got that guy from England that only does like morning shows. So he's free at night. And how many of you would like to see me and the Dutch Going Dutch with StarMaker Bolin? Or it can just be Going Dutch. I don't care. I'm not no egomaniac. All right, not much. So my PayPal. Chris, you've said hi, but you haven't told me what you need, sweetie. You have to tell me what it is you're needing before we know what to help you with. And we'll do that. We got a lot of people getting help tonight. Not everybody's going to get rich, but everybody's going to get some help that's been asking. Thanks to Cam Moron. Thanks to Donald Flowers. Thanks to Dutch Mantel, who I'm sure Dutch's PayPal account is working. I think Dutch's bank account is listed as unlimited. They don't even show him an amount. It just says whatever you want, Dutch. You just punch in a number and we got you. That's what I heard anyway. It's a morning show because nothing decent ever came out of England. Ooh, ew. That wasn't good. All right. Well, thank you, Cameron. That was more than we got out of Nate. Nate hangs a television for me once every 7 years. Nate. Yeah, I knew we weren't getting any cash out of Nate. I knew we were beating a dead horse there. And Dutch knows something about beating dead horses because he says the live ones fight back and they feel the pain, but the dead ones, they don't feel no pain. It's kind of like a horse with no name, the desert, and all that stuff. So there you go. Well, we've been here 90 minutes, folks, so 2 minutes shy of 90 minutes. I want to thank my good friend, Dutch Mantel, who made me cry tonight. And he did motivate a little extra money. Good Chris coming in at the end of the night, bailing us out with his $60 challenge. It was answered by Donald Flowers. We appreciate that. And anybody else who really enjoyed the show tonight, or you're watching the recorded version of it, which most of you do, watch the recorded version. And if you would like to help our kids in need, especially those with chickenpox needing calamine lotion and medications and oatmeal baths, I forgot to mention that part. Every little $5 and $10 donation is a big help. So don't think that you're being shown up by the people that did 20, 40, 50, and 25, like John Paul down at the Maryland prison did. Dutch, have you ever been in the Maryland prison system? Did they ever have you, and did your bullwhip get you out? Is what I'm kind of wondering. I've never personally been in the Maryland prison system myself, but John Paul, yeah, I know people. John's actually the librarian there. They said there's 5 copies of my book in the Maryland prison system, according to John Paul. And each and every prisoner that has read my book said, had I read StarMaker Bolin's book, I probably screwed you too. The mostly true stories of Kenny StarMaker Bolin. I probably would not be in prison today. And I must say, Cameron told me on the way back home that it was just such a thrill and an honor to get to hang out with Dutch on my phone for about 45 minutes on the way back from Carrollton, midway of Cincinnati and Louisville. And it was a great way to kill some time and get caught up a little bit. And when we hung up, me and Chris looked at Cameron. We said, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Just live interaction, play off each other, no fucking script needed, and just entertain the fuck out of people. And that's why Dutch and I need to be doing a podcast, because don't need no script, don't need no topics. Just let Dutch and I talk back and forth at each other, and I assure you, you will be entertained. Probably more than the Englishman does. Just my guess. Not to shit on him or anything while he's not here to defend himself. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Please donate whatever little something you can after the show to help fill the gaps of the people that we're trying to help. And thanks so much for all of you that helped. If they read your book, they not only they be criminals, they be full-fledged businessmen with tax exemption, Cameron. They would be incorporated and have tax exemption status and not be labeled as goddamn criminals. So that's exactly what they'd be. Very, very good point. So these solo shows are fun, aren't they? So for the nerd Bob Hazelwood, who didn't bother to show up here tonight, but he did make the meme for the show. For the missing Coltrane, I'm just going to quit mentioning his goddamn name. We don't know when the fuck he's coming back. Cameron, where's your membership? Good thing he donated $40. Until Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, I'm the StarMaker, and I did say.